want to point out lately I've realized with garlic that you're going to use for a sauce, you might as well smash it up first while it's in the bag, like crush it up with your hand. Um, it makes it a lot easier to get the cloves out of the shells. And then afterwards, all you have to do is cut off those little hard end bits. And then, rather than dicing it all up first, or mincing it, I've been cooking it in garlic first, and that really softens it up, and then you can kind of mash it up. So it seems to make it a lot easier if you crush and then cook and then mash. I guess that's my suggestion these days. I just had this going in some, that garlic going in some salt and some butter, and you can see that these cloves just mash right up real nice now. Kind of sticks to the spatula, and then you just do some of this action, and yeah, it'll break right apart real nice. Get my onions in here next and stuff. I got my sauce going over here, and now's a good time to start working on some meatballs, I figure. So we're gonna go through the ingredients real quick. I got my ground beef, sea salt, fennel seed, some peppercorn grinder action, the paprika, some red pepper, and some crushed red pepper. And then I got a sweet onion and some garlic, and I'll dice those all up real nice. A couple eggs. I like to go 1 egg per pound on the meatballs. And I got the Romano cheese and the Asiago and some bread. I'll toast the bread so that I can grind it up into, breadcrumbs. And pretty much just, mix these ingredients all together and form little balls. So I'll show you a little bit of that, and I'll be back at you. My onions and garlic chopped up, and this time I'm going to use more Asiago than Romano. So Romano kind of melts really smooth, Asiago a little bit more stringy, and I don't want too much, or much at all, cheese melting out of my meatballs. So I'm thinking maybe Asiago, using a little more of that might keep them together a little bit better. Right, so I got my onion and garlic in here along with each of those seasonings. I like to use a lot of fennel seed in here, and then just a little bit of paprika and red pepper, and the salt and black pepper. I think that's all of them. Maybe I'm forgetting one. I got my bread here. I'm going to just throw that right in the pot and crush it all up. And I'll throw my 2 eggs in there. I like to use this little chopper tool to kind of mix up all the ingredients while you're cutting up the bread. Seems to work out pretty good. I like to get all chopped up real nice before I throw the egg and the meat in there. Now I chucked in my 1.8-ish pounds of beef and a couple eggs in there. The sauce is still coming right along over here. I'm going to start getting all this mashed together. It was probably more accurate to say, I guess now I'm going to wet my hands just a little bit with some water and then get them in there and start working this all together, because it takes a lot of, you pretty much knead it together. And so I'll be back at you in a few minutes. I've been kneading this together and it's a little bit dry. Maybe I used a bit too much in the dry ingredients like the bread. So I'm going to add another egg, I think, to moisten up a little bit, get it all stick a little bit better. Otherwise it can kind of fall apart a little bit much, I think. Now this is sticking together just how I want it to. It even kind of forms like one big meatball in the pot. And so now I'm going to rip off little bits, and you wet both your hands, and you kind of toss the little bit back and forth. And, you form little meatballs doing it that way. After a lot of work, I got these meatballs all together. It's not easy. They stick to your hands a lot. Sometimes they want to fall apart. It can be kind of aggravating, but you just keep adding a little water. It makes them stick together a little bit better. And it comes all together in the end. So I'm going to go ahead and get these in my toaster oven on the broil setting, and then I'll be tossing them into my sauce. So I'll be back at you a little later. So I'm going to let these get really well browned on one side before I flip them over. And again, they're in here on the broil setting, and I don't have them arranged quite as neatly on that tray as I have in recent history, but whatever. These are sizzling pretty nice. They got a good brown going on, and I think I'm going to go ahead and flip them. I might just wait another 30 seconds, but I'm flipping them real soon, I'll tell you that much. So that's about how we want them to be, I think. Notice all those juices flowing out of them. So I'm going to go ahead and rotate these things, just flip them right up, kind of like you flip a burger. I think this batch of meatballs is looking pretty good. Getting good brown on there. I've already flipped them once, as you saw earlier. I think I'm going to get these out of here. And I got another batch to do. I'm going to chuck them right in my sauce, let them marinate there for a while. One of these days I'm going to take some kind of cheese, like maybe some fresh mozzarella, and put little blocks on top of the meatballs once they're cooked and kind of let it melt down and drip along the sides. But not doing that today. That's what I like to see right there. I think I'm gonna wrap up this video. I'm gonna chuck these meatballs in the sauce, let them go for a while, then I gotta cook some spaghetti and make some kind of cheesy bread on the side. These are really good, by the way, just on some toasted bread with some mozzarella. You know, meatball sandwich style. You gotta throw some of your sauce on there. I'll catch you guys later.